For those who already have knowledge to process an idea, a new business, or think this is worth looking into, I am Calix from IBornStudio.org. You can request contents at any time on this website. Believe in the plan A. Actor Ryan Irving once shared some pretty stale, albeit bold, business advice. As he quotes at the beginning, I think if you don't believe in what you're doing, you are not going to succeed. Don't dilute plan A. Put all your efforts into it and you might just succeed. Although it's important to be cautious, calculated, and adaptable in your business choices, it is also important all you have got. Don't give up on plan A until you're really sure it is not working. Keeping everything transparent. Yes, I know it is a buzzword, transparency, but I truly believe in the power of transparency to build a solid operation. Cross-check social collaboration tool and breaking down silos are all ways to ensure that each operation is optimal for your unique business needs. Across levels and departments, operations should be communicated, tested, and approved by or documenting your process. If you are able to provide clear and concise documentation for your team, it leaves very little room for things to be miscommunicated. It also leaves little room for your team for them to be confused. These are the biggest time wasted in an organization. Documentation makes it easy to onboard new employees and save your business from being reliant on any one person. Building for the future. Although it's important that systems and process addresses today's pain points for your business, it is much more imperative that they are built to handle changes that could be coming years down the road. You have to look ahead and plan for all plausible change in your business to ensure the operations you are building do not become quickly outdated. Keep the 3 P's in mind. One of the lessons I learned from a very intelligent businessman, Marcus Lemonis of CNBC show, The Profit, always at some point, building a solid operation is all about the 3 P's. You start with process, people, and product. Build your operation to flow and operate well with that, and you will have a successful business. Startup funding. I am aware of many businesses who are in need of funding, but it's hard to find. Investors look the other way when it comes to real original stories, ideas, businesses, and products. Seriously, the number of active investors who have made an investment in startup in the US or any kind is about 300,000, according to the Angel Capital Association. However, there are some speculation on whether that number is about half that total from ACA. The average checks are less than $50,000, which means that you need a lot of investors to underwrite a startup whose cost can easily run $200,000 more. If you take out a biotech and life science companies which soak up money by the millions, you can see that there are very few angel investors who are investing in non-life science companies. No one cares about honest founders. Everyone just assumes that in America, anyone with a great idea will find investors, no problem. It's totally wrong. As we have seen, many good companies die on the vine for lack of funding. But there is no organization or other than the ACA trying to expand the ranks of investors in the US. Honestly, they are actively working hard and are rolling out some projects to change that one-sided funded process. but it's difficult. Despite the popularity, Shark Tank, who wants to be an investor, must first meet the criteria of the SEC definition of an accredited investor. Then they have to learn how to invest, and then they need access to a good idea. That's where you come in with your new startup energy. Fresh new investors with no partiality have their work cut out as well. There is a lot of work, so you can risk $200,000 and take one of the several companies which will also soak up a lot of your time. Some might find it much easier to watch a TV show about investing instead. Try soft sell as a founder. Startups has different angles they can maneuver with in regards to accelerators, incubators, and networking. Networking is usually the number one tip for new entrepreneur for many good reason. Networking allows you to pitch your idea in a less formal, more organic fashion. If you're building a great business, getting out and networking within the local startup and online investment community can be a great way to meet investors. Recommends Diana Goodwin. Most of my meetings with investors develop by being out at an event and mentioning the business selling points. While there is something of an art to the organic soft sell, when done right, it can make an investor more likely to consider your business. After all, you are not just pitching your idea. Strategically relying on the social capital built through a networking process to influence the investment decision. Here is the devil's advocate. Partnering with a wrong investor. When you launch in a startup, it is tempting to take money from any source willing to give, but by doing so, you may end up in the unfortunate position of dealing with an investor who doesn't share your vision or who tries to exert influence in unhelpful ways. This is especially true if your investor contracts gives the investor any level of control over daily operation. Not enough investment funding. Many startups struggle or fail because they only score enough funding to get started, or they bootstrap for a few years. Don't take growth, market shifts, or potential disaster into consideration. Then when something unexpected happens, they're too busy scrambling to get the funds they needed to focus on what's more important: marketing, hiring, and product development. Give away too much equity to investors. While there is nothing inherently wrong with offering investors an equity stake in returning for their funding, giving away too much can cause problems. Giving away equity is giving away control, and even if you are giving it out in small increments, it accumulates across multiple investors. Chaos can ensue if your investor doesn't agree about what's needed to be done to produce growth. And worse, you might find yourself suddenly having little influence in your own startup. Thanks for listening to the IBorn Podcast Show with Alex. If you like our show and wants to know more, check out our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/IBornStudio or IBornStudio Youth Organization. Please leave us a review or a message on anchor.fm/IBornStudio. Join us next week when we talk about the next podcast show. Most probably to be an acting medicine.